Are we live? Yes, I think so. Not on Twitch though. Hold on. Let me refresh the page. Yes, we are live on Twitch as well. All right. So yeah, I am back. Hello Domo Momo, what's up? Welcome. I am back. So two days ago I came over here, okay, but yesterday and day before I could not stream because of the Ganesh Chaturthi festival. So it's fine. I said I would be able to stream in the morning, but I could not because I had some work. Well, yep. So yesterday the festival was over. Now from today onwards I can stream. Today onwards I can stream. I also did some stuff in the background off stream. So I created this slideshows because when I talk, then y'all people can watch the slideshows of all of my paintings, so that I do not have to, you know, open up every kind of like painting stuff. Alright, there are like 4 slideshows. This is the drawings and sketches kind of like color slideshow. This is the character design slideshow. Alright. Alright, this is the animation slideshow. Okay, so while I talk, y'all can just hear me talk and just watch the animation and everything else. Alright, and this is the illustration slideshow. This is a collection of my illustrations. So yeah. So yeah. So I did this in the background, as I said in the stream the day before. I don't know, like 2 days ago when I streamed. Okay, I need to create this kind of like a slideshow kind of like thing, so that whenever I talk, okay, then y'all can enjoy all of the slideshows and shit. All right. And second thing that I did was create a schedule. I'm not gonna show the schedule right now because it's like very in its infancy. I have just jotted down the common things that I want to kind of like do in a week or in this month. All right. Oh shit. Oh, I'm not gonna show you all the schedule. Don't worry about it. So today we are gonna learn a lot of things from anime games. Okay, so in the morning, like HoYoverse decided. So I saw this new game by HoYoverse. These are the new characters. All right, I think this is Kiana Kaslana from like, I don't know, Honkai Impact 3 or something. Okay, this is just her reskin, and this is a new character. I do not know her name. Okay, but what I liked over here in this character is, one, the colors. All right, the transition from blue to green and yellows, or to green, or from green and yellows to blue or cyans, whatever. Okay, second thing that I wanted to kind of like learn is the anime anatomy. All right, so look at this. I always kind of like struggle with like forearms and knees, okay, and legs in general. So that is why I decided to kind of like, you know, learn that kind of like the stylized anatomy that all of these anime games and all those kind of like stuff do. Okay, this is kind of different from the traditional anime that we watch, because this is a very, not a very different style, but this is kind of like a different take on anatomy and stuff. Okay, so yeah, We are also gonna learn some body types as well, as you can see in the bear, okay, because I also struggle with body types. So yeah, also some crucial things about the boobies as well, because I also struggle with that. Okay, that this shit has to be there in like every freaking stream. This is very important, this and the butt thing. Okay, so yeah, and also we are also gonna study some colors as well, so because their color choices and the hues and saturations and the highlights and all that kind of like shit is like really cool. And also one more thing that we are gonna study is how they do outlines. So these people, this style kind of like has very colored kind of like outlines, so we're gonna study that, don't worry about it. So look at this. Okay, this is not completely black, this is also not completely black, this is a colored kind of like outline, so we're gonna study that. And that looks very cool, that looks very cool. Okay, because if you have like a complete black outline with a lot of colors, then the outline kind of like pops out, and then it all gets kind of like, I don't know, it looks weird. All right, it looks weird in my opinion. So yeah, we are also gonna try and do that as well, don't worry about it. I mean, I have already kind of like done that, but I do not actively do that in my style, so we are gonna do that, don't worry. Yep, Spamton draws. Yep, I feel good, don't worry about it. Okay, but before that, before we start studying all this, today I watched the Infinity Castle movie, the latest Demon Slayer movie. All right, and I did not like the colors of it. Okay, I have nothing to say about the story, because honestly Jesus, this is gonna fall down. Okay, honestly I have not read the manga, and the story is another kind of like thing. Okay, that is a whole different thing and ball game, so I'm not gonna comment on story. I think the Naruto's kind of like storyline or the narration of it is like better than Demon Slayer. Demon Slayer is trying to kind of like copy the Naruto storyline by telling the backstories, by having some painful backstories of all of the bad characters and stuff. Okay, so yeah, that is kind of like copying the storyline, but that could have been, the execution of it is not good at all in my opinion, in my honest opinion. So that could have been much better. I will not give you any spoilers, don't worry about it. I will not give you any spoilers, sorry. So that could have been much better, and Demon Slayer has been doing that since the beginning, like having backstories behind every demon that they kill, and the way that they do it is like after they kill the demon, they just tell the backstory, which is like fine for like the first kind of like a few demons. Okay, but it's not always fine. All right, it could have been taken a lot better way. Okay, it could have been done a lot better way. That is my opinion on that. All right, so yeah, Naruto did it like really good. Naruto has done it like really good, the backstories of all the bad and good characters. So yeah, I absolutely love Naruto's storytelling. So yeah, so okay, now the thing that I wanted to talk about is also yes, I wanted to kind of like mention this one kind of like point. I am not so fond of the Demon Slayer kind of like art style. Okay, the art style is good, do not get me wrong. The drawing kind of like the face style and the anatomy style it's good. Okay, but these like the eyes are like too big in my opinion. They could have made it a little bit smaller. Okay, So since because the eyes are like too big, it looks kind of like weird. Okay, rest all is fine. And yeah, and I think the forehead, like they make the hair also kind of like really big. Okay, so I'm not that fond of that art style. I tend to go towards the let's say Naruto's kind of like art style, or maybe even this one is fine. This art style is also fine. I tend to move towards this one, or the Naruto's kind of like, or even Studio Ghibli and every other anime, in my opinion. This art style I'm not so fond of it. I like it, but I'm not so fond of it. Alright, that's about the art style. Okay, now the color. Alright, so the entire Infinity Castle movie has this sepia tone, okay, and I understand that they are trying to go towards the kind of like medieval towards the medieval feel. Okay, they are trying to get the medieval feel, but this could be much better. Okay, so in my opinion, keep the castle and all of the castle colors, okay, the same. All right, the same that we have right here in this photo. Okay, but add some sort of like vibrancy, or maybe some sort of like do not, okay, let me put this in simple ways. All right, do not shift the colors of the characters too much according to the background colors. All right, so what do I mean by that? All right, so hold on, let me show you. For example, look at this green, which is like very towards the yellow kind of like stuff. Okay, this green, this green is like towards the blues. Okay, in normal Tanjiro's colors. All right, this green is like very towards the blues. Oh shit, sorry. All right, so yeah, keep it like this. This could be much freaking better. This is kind of like a very bluer kind of like side. This is actually much better. And then push this green maybe towards the yellows if you want. I don't know. There's the green in the shadows. Yeah, that could look definitely much better than what it is right now. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, that instead of like pushing this towards the blues, you can push it towards the yellows and push the highlights towards the blues. So yeah, that could work much better in my opinion. Or even if you do not push it towards the yellows, you can directly push it like towards the blues, and it will still look much better than what it is right now. Okay, look at this. This small freaking change, it changed every freaking thing. Alright, this small green change made it much more vibrant and much more, I don't know, alive. Okay, now for his face or skin color, alright, it's too yellow in my opinion. Push it slightly towards the reds. That is at least my I don't know, my take on it. All right, yeah, even if you only kind of like push the highlights towards the reds, it's fine. It doesn't really matter that much. Yeah, look at this, this is much better. Look at this. Even if you do not push the shadows towards the reds, it's fine. Let's try pushing the shadows towards the reds now. No, I think I did it. I overdid it a bit. Yeah. Yeah, look at that, look at that. That is freaking much better than what we had before. Okay, so this is the before, okay, and this is the after. All right, so you can see the difference. You can see the difference. All right, his hair needs to be much more reddish. All right, so yeah, that could definitely add some color to the I don't know, to the scene. Okay, now this gray, okay, his pant is like completely black. Okay, what we can do is like push it towards the magenta side to make it kind of like look bluer. Okay, so look at this, look at this. All right, even in the Haori that he's wearing, we can push the black towards the magentas. Like, look at this. Okay, that is I think too much magenta. All right, yeah, that's fine. And then this thing also. Yep, look at that, look at that. This is actually much better kind of like color scheme in my opinion, as opposed to what they have like over here. Okay, and I agree that they are like kind of like going into like they're trying to get the background colors onto the characters, but it does not always work. It does not always work. Okay, it only makes the kind of like scene very very minimalistic and very monotonous. Okay, so if you are kind of like adding color, then make it like slightly vibrant. Okay, I may have like overdid the red a bit, but you get my point. Yeah, now it looks much better. Now it looks much better. Yep. No, it's not pani puri. It's some laddu. Okay, it's some, I don't know, sweet. All right. All right. So this is my take on it. Okay. Even over here. So over here, this is the ambient light, the yellow kind of like ambient light, which is like shining onto the character. So if you want to kind of like add a yellow, okay, you can push it towards the red or maybe the orangish kind of like red. Okay, yeah, something like that. Yeah, look at that, look at that, look at that. That looks actually so much better than what they had like previously. Look at that. Right? Look at that. That looks actually so much better than what they had freaking previously. Yeah. Even over here. So this is a white. Okay. Now white is mostly kind of like changes color according to the surroundings. Okay. So since this is a very sepia kind of like yellowish kind of like surrounding, so what we can do is they have kind of like did it like correctly in a way. Okay, but we still can push it towards the reds more. I don't know, I'm kind of like fond of more reds and magentas because they look cool in my opinion. So yeah. So that is why I'm like pushing it towards the reds. All right, so yeah, this looks so much better than what they had previously. All right, even over here. Look at this, look at this. This looks so much better than what they had previously. All right, and for the shadows, you can of course go with either a magenta. Let's try a magenta. I don't think it will look good, or maybe this thing over here. Let's try this. I don't know. No, this does not look good. Okay, you can keep the shadows as it is. It does not really matter that much. All right, but yeah, you people get my point. What I'm trying to say. You people get my point. So this looks much better, much more vibrant in my opinion than what they had previously. So hold on, let me show you the before and the after. All right, before and after. Hold on. So this is the after one, and this was the before one. Oh, okay, hold on. Let me write it down. God damn it. So that y'all can understand. Before. All right. Oh shit, I wrote a. All right, this is the before, all right, and this is the after, which looks much better, much better. Okay, even inside the mouth you can put some very kind of like saturated red or something. I don't know. Yeah, look at that, much more saturated red. And for the tongue, you can go with some more saturated. Yeah, something like that. Look at that. So much freaking better than this one. This looks kind of dull, not gonna lie, to be honest. This looks much better in my opinion. Hello, Unsung Warrior. Broad XP pen star 03. Oh shit, crazy. 10-inch drawing pad. Oh my god, you're a rich kid. Alright, so this looks so much freaking better than this one. This one looks, I don't know, kind of dull and boring in my opinion. Yep, this looks much better. And even his eyes, okay, are kind of like red, if I remember correctly. So you can show that red like this. Look at that. Just look at it. Okay, and then you can have this white in his eyes over here as well. Kind of like a bluish white. All right, yeah, something like that. Yeah. Oh shit, what the frick happened over here? Why is this differently colored? I don't know. Anyways. Oh no. I will color it accordingly. Hold on. I'll color it accordingly. Yep, I am pushing everything towards the reds because I absolutely love the magentas and the reds kind of like stuff. Okay, that looks super cool in my opinion. Alright, so that is why I'm like pushing everything towards the reds. Alright, yeah. So this is, I think this is how they should go with color, you know. These colors are good. I'm not saying they are not good, but it can be much better with this one. Okay, this is how they should go with colors. And I stayed true to the background, okay, to the lighting that is in the background. I did not deviate too much from it, okay, but a little bit of saturation and a little bit of contrast goes a long way. All right, goes a long way. So what do I mean by saturation is like self-explanatory. Like I saturated a lot of greens and every bit of color, okay. But what do I mean by contrast? So over here, this is all towards the redder and the warm side. All right, so what I did over here was move that to a very cooler side, because the reason for that, the reason that this works is the skylight, okay, the skylight that is coming from above, okay, that is essentially blue. All right, night sky, or I don't know, sky is essentially blue. All right, so that is why this kind of like blues and the cool colors, okay, that works, that just work. That is the reason that it works. Okay, so yeah, so having a bit of contrast and some saturation goes a long way. You do not have to deviate too much from the original color, and you do not have to stick towards the color balancing thing, okay, that you're doing. All right, that is my note to the developer, oh sorry, to the animators at UFO table. Okay, even over here, okay, so let me see. Okay, this scene and this lighting is absolutely crazy, but if this yellow could have been something like this, all right, that would have been much better. Okay, but it's fine, even if it's not that problematic, it's fine. Not that changed, it's fine. Okay, what else that we can do is like have this green, which is like towards the yellow, move on to the bluer side. I'm sorry, this is very technical kind of like stuff. If you do not like it, please give me like 2 seconds and I will change the subject. Then this Haori, sorry, his uniform, which is towards the kind of like yellow side again, okay, change it towards the violet side. Yeah, something like this. Yeah, so that will again add some sort of like contrast to the scene, and that will pop out the colors. Okay, so instead of having all of these shadows as black, okay, instead of having all of these shadows as black, what you can do is have a different kind of like color over there. So something like this. All right, yeah, something like this. Because this, yeah, look at this, this looks much better. Okay, this is because this is very realistic kind of like color to, let's say, photography or something. This looks like it is not color graded or something. All right, if you add a bit of contrast color to the scene, it just pops out. It looks like 100 times better. Now this looks 100 times better. I barely did not do anything over here. Okay, now this looks, hold on, let me change this as well. Yeah. Now this looks kind of like 100 times better than this one, in my opinion. You can disagree to what I'm saying. All right, you can disagree to what I'm saying. All right, even if you do not change the black, you change a bit of color in the character, and still it is gonna pop. Still it is gonna pop out. All right, so yeah. Hello, Fable. It's been so freaking long. It's been so freaking long that you have been over here. Hello, XQ Live on Twitch. What's up? What's up? What's up? Sorry, I'm like very I mostly see the like the YouTube chat, because on Twitch like there are no freaking one. All right, so yeah, all right. All right, all right, all right, all right. So let's get this shit out of the way. Okay, now I'm like done with Demon Slayer stuff that I wanted to mention, like to you to UFO table. I hope they hear my stuff out, and I hope they make the changes. Okay, so yeah, yep. So add a bit of contrast in color, and your scenes are gonna look like 100 times better. All right, so I am your color guy. Nah, man, I barely know like shit about color. Like there are a lot of freaking artists who know more stuff about color than me. All right, so look at all of these artists, like, and their colors. All right. Okay, let's start with Kiana. Okay, this is very simple. This is very simple. Okay, now what I want you to focus on is, hold on, let me reduce her opacity a bit. Okay, so look at this hip. Look at this hip bone. All right, look at this hip. Her booty. Look at it. Are you looking at it? Her booty. Are you guys looking at her booty? Tell me. Are you guys looking at her booty? Say yes or no. Oh my god. I don't think there are people over here. No. I might have bored you guys. I'm sorry. What do you mean, or Yuri? What the frick? All right, whatever, man. Okay, look at her booty. Okay, so while you're making such a pose, okay, while you're like leaning forward, all right, you are normally pushing down. Pushing your hips backward. Okay, you do not do something like this. You do not keep the spine like straight, something like this. Okay, you do not do something like this. All right, so you do not do something like this. All right, it just looks wrong. And this is very true while drawing women. Okay, while drawing women, you need to push the hips kind of backwards like this. All right, so yeah, so if I draw her hips over here, the hip kind of like underwear shape. All right, look at this. All right, So if I draw the hip kind of like underwear shape, look at this. This part is facing forward, right? And this part is facing backward. Okay, you gotta remember this. This is the simplest kind of like thing that we have over here. All right. Very simple thing. Very simple thing. All right, and that's it. We are done. We are done with this one. We are done with this one. This is a very simple thing. Very important to remember. And then the legs go like this. Alright, depends upon how the legs are kind of like placed. So yeah, I'm just tracing right now, just for my understanding and your understanding as well. So yeah. I wanted to break down, break into the live streaming session again with something simple, and so that is why I decided to kind of like learn anatomy and stuff with this kind of like thing. All right, so yeah. Okay, so what is next? Okay, this bear guy is next. Hold on. This bear guy is next. Yep. Okay, I do not know his name. Jesus, what the frick is on my desk? Alright, I do not know his name. Alright, I do not know his name. Absolutely do not know his name. Yep, they are definitely admiring the booties. Don't worry about it, Yuri. They are definitely admiring booties. Okay, this guy is from, I think, Zenless Zone Zero. I have never played the game, but I absolutely love like the colors of all of these things over here. Very cool color. Okay, this gold kind of like color, very cool. Okay, very cool. And I absolutely love how they have kind of like rendered the stone kind of like thing over here. Yep, very cool stuff. All right, but we are not for that over here. we are not for that over here. I want you to see how his anatomy is like done. All right, because I always kind of like struggle with like anatomy stuff. All right, so that is why I wanted to cover this for you guys as well as myself. All right, so the shapes and anatomy stuff, this I kind of like always struggle with it. I will explain. Hold on. Let me draw this shit first. Let me draw this shit first. Yeah, today I watched Demon Slayer, but it's good, but yeah. You know what I felt. Anyways, so here we go. Okay, here we freaking go. All right. So look at this guy. Look at this guy. Look at the anatomy and shit over here. All right. The shape design anatomy is basically a very rectangle kind of like shape. His face is almost like a, let's say, almost like a trapezius or something. Okay, almost like a trapezius or something, or maybe you can even call it as a rectangle. All right, you can let it slide as a rectangle. as a rectangle. All right, so you can let it slide, don't worry about it. We are gonna keep it everything simple. His body is almost like a square or a rectangle itself. Very square and very hunky guy. Same goes for his hands and his I don't know. Yeah, same goes for his hands as well. All right, so if you look at the hand inside, so this is his jacket or something. Okay, sorry, sleeve or something. So if you look at a hand, it's a frickin' rectangle. It's a freaking rectangle, and then the rectangles are like combined with the circles. They are not combined with the triangles. Yes, I made a mistake by drawing triangles over here, but they are combined with the circle. Okay, so we have like two shapes. Okay, a rectangle and a circle in this guy. Even his kind of like nose. Okay, so the nose is kind of like a triangle. I can agree on that. It's like almost like a diamond shape. All right, I can agree on that, but you can make it almost like a rectangle as well. No, I'm not gonna complicate that. Sorry, I take that back. Sorry. I take that back. All right, let's not try to complicate stuff. All right, so the whole freaking body is almost like a rectangle and a circle. Rectangle, yes, sorry, not a circle. And then he has literally no freaking neck. This is the most important part. Okay, so this is where the anatomy like comes into play. Okay, so he has no freaking neck. Okay, his neck is like this. Okay, his trapezius and his shoulders like kind of like cover the neck. Okay, his trapezius muscles are like very big. Okay, he lifts and shit. sorry, my bad. He lifts and shit. All right, so he has literally no neck whatsoever. Then for his abs, you can go with something like this. Very, very big and beefy abs if you want to draw them. Look at this. Yep, something like this. His ribs. All right, so yeah, these are not necessary. I just mentioned these for like the understanding part. All right, so yeah, so this is kind of like modifying the anatomy according to the shape. All right, so, and this is like very, 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 very important stuff. All right, what is next? And we are gonna apply. Okay, now I'm kind of like explaining stuff to you all and also to myself, but we are definitely going to apply this at the end of the explanation. So I think only two are like remaining. I can go on with more kind of like characters as well, but let's not kind of overdo it, because there are like thousands and millions of characters, like anime characters from like anime games. All right, so I put this, okay, so I put this guy just for the forearm. All right, forearm kind of like stuff, forearm stuff. All right, one mistake that they did, okay, this thing, I do not like this thing. Okay, they could have made the elbow a bit sharper over here. they could have made the elbow a bit sharper. Instead, this is like very curved, which I do not like. Okay, they could have added a shape to the elbow to make it like a bit sharper. And this is the brachioradialis muscle over here. Yeah, something like this. They could have had some like I don't know, triangular shapes like I've drawn right now. That could have made it a bit more better in my opinion. So yeah. And for the bicep, they could have done something like this. I do not know what this is. Maybe this is the bicep kind of like thing. We will see. I don't know. That's it for this guy. There is nothing too much about him. Okay, what is next? Okay, this girl. This girl. I do not know her name. What is her name? I do not know her name. What is her name? I kind of like almost forgot her name. And she's a very cool character, Shark Girl. Very cool character. I absolutely love her. Unlike like Jane Doe, which I roasted in like the last stream. No, the last to last stream. Yes, last to last stream. God damn it. All right. Okay, now this is where I struggle with. Okay, so if you do not like to see this, so please don't look. Cover your eyes. All right. So yeah. So the buoy has kind of like this. So this kind of like belt. Okay, it is gonna push in the flesh. Okay, and then it is gonna make her chest, okay, pop out. Okay, and this is the part which is going to pop out. Well, because you know why. I'm not gonna mention why in the stream. Okay, and then this curve is also very important. So this is gonna, hold on. So this part, due to gravity, it's gonna come down. Okay, it's gonna come down like this. All right, that is very important. All right, and then there is also this curve which attaches the muscle or the flesh to the chest or the pectoral muscles. Okay, so this is kind of like a part of the pectoral muscles, your breasts. Okay, so keep that in mind. And I myself kind of like struggle with this thing over here, like attaching this thing to the body, because I do not know where it begins and where it like ends. So yeah. So yeah, keep this in mind. This is what I wanted to also cover, because this is like very important anatomy, and if you mess up in this, then it just gets like really bad. Okay, now coming to her hand. Okay, yes, why did I do on the, oh my god, I drew on the picture itself. I drew on the photo itself. Oh my god. Okay, now coming to the hand. All right, the upper kind of like arm is fine, but then they have added this bulge, which I do not like. All right, maybe it's fine, maybe it's anatomically correct, I do not know. All right, but what I would do is like add a bulge at the downside over here. Very slight bulge, and then keep this thing straight. Okay, do not add the bulge over here, and then keep this like this. Okay, even this bulge is like not necessary at all. Okay, just try to keep it like slightly straight or something. Okay, if you do want to add some detail to this anatomy, okay, you can add a kind of I do not know what this is called as, kind of like push this inside. Okay, and then you can cover it like this. So it will kind of like look like this. Yes, this is this. Okay, yeah, you can do something like that. This looks much better than what we had up until now. Okay, and if you want to add like more detail, then yes, you can get this, break your radialis muscle and push this inside as well. So yeah, so that is even more detail into the anatomy. I always kind of like struggle with like forearms, the knees and the boobies and all of these things that I'm like mentioning in this video right now. I'm sorry. So yeah, look at this hand, look at this hand, okay, and then look at my hand. This looks much better than that. Alright, what is next? I'm gonna complete this like very fast, don't worry about it. Alright, this thing. Okay, color. Okay, we have to kind of like what's up, I'm back. Hi Ali, what's up? Yes, elbow inside, definitely elbow inside, don't worry about it. What's up, what's up? Sorry, I'm going to focus on this. I'm going to complete this and then I'm going to kind of like talk with you people. All right, so this thing has like two or three stuff that I want to cover. Okay, first one is the knees. Okay, second one is the outline of the, I don't know, the whole kind of like character. Okay, they are doing kind of like colored outline, which I mentioned before, so that is easy. And the third one is color. Color is also easy. Color is also not that much difficult. All right, so yeah, so the knees part is what is difficult. All right, so normally okay, hold on. So normally what people do when they draw knees is they do something like this. Okay, they kind of like stylize the knees like this. Okay, they kind of like stylize the knees like this, all right, like this. So this point, all right, which is not wrong. Okay, for stylization, for example, when you are drawing like let's say Spider-Man and stuff, okay, or maybe some kind of like edgy character, okay, this is fine, this is very much fine. But still, even in that edgy character, you can have a bit of curve. All right, so let's take this thing that I drew over here, all right, then add a slight bit of curve to this, like this, all right, and then automatically it becomes like a real knee. Automatically it becomes like a real knee. All right, so yeah, so this is still fine, but what I wanted to do is I want to break down this knee into its simplest kind of like form. Just the knee, not the hamstrings or the calves. All right, I'm just gonna draw the calves just because they are there. All right, so this is the simplest form of the knee. So if we kind of like break it down a bit, it is gonna look something like this. This kind of like represents the knee bone or something. Okay, I can make the cube kind of bigger over here just for some understanding stuff. All right, the knee part. Yeah, something like this. All right, because this is like facing towards this side. All right, facing towards the side like this. All right, so that is why this is gonna be the front face, this is gonna be the side face, this is top face, this is bottom, and this is back face. All right, so yeah, very simple stuff, very simple kind of like stuff. All right. Okay. All right. I'm sorry. There are a lot of alrights and I don't know and shit that I'm speaking because I'm like really kind of like focusing on the thing right now. All right. I think I messed up the perspective a bit. I'm sorry. Let me correct it. Alright, whatever, man. I think I messed up the perspective. Alright, so yeah. And this one also kind of like goes like this. Gotta remember the perspective, guys. Look at this. Yeah, this cube is correct. This thing I messed up on. Alright, okay. I'm sorry about that. Okay, so the knee is basically if you are kind of like drawing a very edgy kind of like character, you can still do this. All right, you can still do this, but this thing, this depression is what is most important in the knee. So yeah, this is an edgy character's knee. All right, so this depression is most important. All right, and if you are kind of like folding your knee like this, like I'm showing right now in the camera, okay, so let's say okay, let's say yeah, something like this. If you're folding your knee something like this, still there is gonna be that edginess or that fold over here. Okay, so these landmarks are what are important, because this part is gonna come up, okay, and this part is this part. All right, so yeah. All right, this is it, this is freaking it. All right, and then they are kind of like doing the shoes and all like really nicely. I cannot do stuff like this. I mean, I can, but I do not have that patience anymore. It just takes a lot of time, man. It just takes. Okay, the next thing I wanted to cover in this is that they are just making the outlines like very colorful. So if I pick the color of the outlines, yes, that is like very colorful stuff. That's it. We don't even have to do anything about this. So yeah, even in this, it's almost like not completely white. They are making it like multiple colored outlines. So they are doing like multiple colored outlines or like everything, literally everything. Look at this. So this is the reason why their characters and their art looks really cool, really cool. Yeah. Yep. This is the reason why. Even over here, it's like not completely black. Yep. And as for the colors, yes, this is very easy, very easy stuff. Green, a lot of greens, and then the greens go towards the lighter side, so they shift towards the blues. All right, even while like going towards the yellows. Okay, then while going towards the blues, it shifts towards the cyans and the blues. Yes, as usual. Look at that, look at that. Right now, when going towards the yellows, they shift towards the yellows, of course. This highlight is a green, so what they did is like have a cooler color for the highlight in the yellow. So that is a very cool technique to have some kind of like color vibration going on inside the colors. All right, so yeah, these are the colors that they are like shifting over here. So if you look at it, yeah, look at this, look at this, look at this, how they are shifting from the cyans to the yellows. Okay, and over here, so look at this, this is a contrast, this is directly a contrast. This is a yellow, and then immediately inside her kind of like jacket, which is supposed to be okay, this thing needs to be yellow or a darker yellow. Okay, but what they did is they had a blue, very contrasty stuff. Okay, and this is very powerful kind of like color vibration stuff. All right, even I do this like sometimes. I don't remember in what painting that I did this. I did this somewhere, I remember, but I don't remember which painting. I don't remember which painting. Okay, so this is a very powerful technique, so remember that, very powerful freaking technique this. All right, so this one is like done. This one is done. All right, now, oh Yuri, you are going, what the frick? Okay, you're saying bye to Ali. Okay. I thought you were going. Okay, sorry. All right. I think the chat is like focusing on what I'm like saying right now. So yeah. All right. Now that we are done, okay, we can take references. We can take references from Pinterest, and then start. Yeah, I will just, yeah. Okay, we can take references from Pinterest and then start doing some studies and shit. Okay, like we have discussed over here. All right, I'll be right back. Give me like 2 minutes. All right, so if you have anything that you want me to draw, because I'm gonna be drawing, please, preferably human figures. If you want me to draw any sort of like character or something or anything, okay, I really wanna focus on the anatomy and what we have learned right now. Okay, so I don't know, do suggest me in the chat. Okay. Okay. Okay, I have posted a message in chat. Okay, so if you have any character that you want me to draw right now, okay, I'm gonna draw it right now. Okay, please do post it in chat. All right, and I will draw your character. Don't worry about it. Okay, I'll be right back in like 2 minutes. Okay, so yeah, hang on until then. Hang on until then. All right, be right back, man. God damn, I need some food again. Hold on. Yeah, the music is on. Music is on. Alright, I'm back. I am back. I am freaking back. It's very cold where I live. It's very cold where I live. It's really freaking cold where I live. I don't know. It's almost like two kind of like 26 degrees or something. But I'm like feeling very cold. I'm very cold. Okay, you people have not suggested me any character, so I'm gonna pick it myself. You people have not suggested me any character, so I will pick it myself. If you have any suggestions, let me know. Oh shit, sorry. Okay, first character we are drawing is a fat person. Okay, the fat kind of like flab kind of like person. All right, we are gonna do a fat ass fat ass person, fat freaking ass person. All right, let me get him on like my PureRef, my reference board. Okay, this guy is pretty cool. All right, this guy is pretty cool. I'm just gonna go freaking crazy, mostly with the shapes and stuff. All right. So don't worry too much about it. I will try to have some really good kind of like exaggeration for the shapes and shit. All right, I think this much exaggeration is fine, in my opinion. He literally has man boobs, in my opinion. He literally has man boobs. Oh, I'm stuck. Okay, Now he does not have the kind of like bigger traps like this, but I am gonna kind of like add them to make his stature, to make his like figure very buff. All right, very buff. So we are gonna make him like very fat and flab. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, that looks much better. And because of the fat on their faces, fat people have like very like their eyes look very, I don't know, like very close to each other on their face. So yeah, they have like very narrow eyes. Very short ears as well. That's its belly button over there. Oh yeah, I need to push this like a bit upwards. Yeah, now it's looking good. Even this. Yeah, we are gonna call him Bob. All right, we're gonna call him Bob. We're gonna call him Bob. Bob looks very good right now. We will add some beard to him. Yeah, some beard, right. And his phone, of course. Yes, I forgot the phone. He has a phone. I forgot the phone, I'm sorry. All right. So this guy is done. Bob is done. Yeah, Bob is done. What is next? All right, Yuri. Take care. Goodbye. Thank you for joining in. I hope you all had fun. All right, I'm gonna be here and draw some shit. Don't worry about it too much. I'm gonna be here, draw some shit. just fixing the shapes and shit. All right, so yeah, I think this is done. I kind of like do not want to draw any more kind of like characters. I don't know, man. Okay, the rest all stuff that we studied, like I was mainly kind of like struggling with mostly shapes and different kind of like body styles. All right, so yeah, I think we achieved that. All right, I think we achieved that in this one. All right, so yeah, and rest all was like simple. The main thing that I was like struggling with is this bear kind of like thing. Okay, mostly body styles and shit. Rest all I can do that on my own without any kind of like active practice. All right, so yeah, even this part I can do it like off stream sometimes, I don't know. Okay, so yeah, okay, now what I want to kind of like do is like make the outlines kind of like colorful. So let's find out how it like kind of like looks. Okay, I'm gonna go with a different color outline for like everything. Let us find out how it looks. Not bad, all right, not bad at all, not freaking bad at all, not bad at all. We can work like this maybe sometimes, I don't know. All right, sorry. Yep, we can work with this sometimes. Might have to make the outlines a bit darker, because I think I made them like a bit lighter. Yeah, I think I made them a bit lighter, so I might do it like a bit darker. Yeah, something like this. Might have to make the outlines a bit darker. Minus 25. No, I think it's too dark. Minus 20 is fine. Alright, whatever, man. Yeah, just gotta make them like a bit darker. Don't worry about it too much. Yep, then that's about it. That's about it for the stream. I kind of like wanted to break in like very slowly. This like after a lot of like days not streaming. All right, so yeah, I think this was a good kind of like steady. Yo, stand out, what's up? Sorry, I was like busy talking. Stand out lots of what's up? How y'all doing? How are you doing? Also welcome to the channel. Yep, welcome to the channel. Alright, I think that's about it for the stream. Yep, I kind of like wanted to break in like very like with something easy. Okay, so that is the reason that I decided to do some anatomy and some studies with this stream right here. All right, and I think we did a pretty good job at it, to be honest. I think I did a pretty good job with it. Okay, the only thing the only thing that I did not cover is this one. Hold on, let me cover it right now then. Okay, so look at these colors. Yep, look at this skin color is kind of like showing off from her skirt. Okay, and then this is the background, I don't know, skylight color or something, and then this is another kind of like skylight color, which is like the sky is like hitting from above. And also this green is almost like her shirt is like it's a shirt screen. All right, it's a jacket screen. All right, which is like reflecting onto her skirt. So yeah, because white can reflect every other color, so it kind of like naturally reflect the other colors that are like around it. Okay, so yeah, same goes over here, the skylight, the skin color. All right, so yeah, this is a very cool technique to show some translucent kind of like materials like clothes or something. Okay, even over here, this is the skylight, and this is the white kind of like color of her shirt. All right, this is skylight, this is white color of her shirt. Right, so yeah, so keep that in mind. That is the only thing that I wanted to grow. Even in this in her hat, this is like completely white. The hat is like white. Okay, this is the white color, but over here they are adding a magenta or a red. Okay, just to show that color vibration that is like going on. All right, so even this blue over here, this is kind of like a shadowy transition of the hat, so you can do something like that. Yep, this is just for some kind of like colorfulness or color vibration kind of like thing. Okay, you can do some shit like that. And even over here in the hair, they are kind of like showing off the skin, because the hair at the end, okay, it is normally kind of like becomes translucent. Okay, and over here then it gets thicker and thicker as it goes up. Okay, over here it's like translucent. They are keeping the outline, but then in the color they are showing off the skin color under the hair. All right, so yeah, yep, and that's about it. nothing too much in the eye stuff. We have already done the eye stuff. I don't know. All right, so yeah, this was the only thing that I wanted to mention that I forgot to mention. All right, that's about it. As I said, I wanted to break in like with something easier this week, so that is why I decided to kind of like do this anatomy kind of study, because, well, anatomy is a very difficult subject, and yeah, and I struggle with multiple things right now, especially the shape design, because I can kind of like make all of the characters almost look the same. All right, so yeah, that's the thing that I like struggle with. So that is why I kind of like wanted to do this thing. Yep, and that's about it. So tomorrow, okay, I wanted to stream today at 12 p.m. in the morning, but I was like freaking so sleepy, and then I found out about like Demon Slayer stuff, and then I went on and saw the Demon and like started watching the Demon Slayer, the latest movie of Demon Slayer. All right, and then it took the whole kind of like afternoon. All right, so yeah, but I'm glad I kind of like watched it, because I wanted to critique the color kind of like thing, that like how they do stuff. All right, so yeah, yep. So tomorrow mostly I will stream in the afternoon, like 12 p.m. IST, and also in the evening at like 7 p.m. IST. I do not know. Okay, I'm not so sure about streaming like 2 times tomorrow. I don't know. Okay, we will see. Also, I do not know what will I be streaming tomorrow. That is another thing. Maybe just a color studies. We will be continuing with color. Okay, maybe we will apply these techniques, like we can do some colorful outlines and shit. Okay, we can apply all of these techniques that we have learned today in our, I don't know, color kind of like studies. All right, maybe we will do that. Yes, maybe we will do that. Maybe we will take a character or something, I don't know. Okay, and then we will just apply all these techniques that we have learned today in that character. Yep, we will try to do that. I don't know. All right, mostly we will try to do that. all right, so yeah, tomorrow I will be streaming, don't worry about it. So that is why I literally stream every single day at like 12 p.m. IST and like at like 7 p.m. IST. So please do subscribe for that on my YouTube, and follow me on Twitch. All right. Okay, I forgot the advertisement that I do at the end. All right. and also please join the Discord as well, because, well, we have cool people over there, and if you want to support me, you can do so on my buymeacoffee.com. So everything that I said is like in the description of this video. All right, or on my YouTube and Twitch channel, so be sure to check them out. All right, that's about it. We did log out like very early today, like at 9 p.m. Oh my god, I do not know when did I started streaming, like 1 hour, 1.5 hour before, like, hold on, 7:30. Oh my god, we started streaming early. Oh my god, this was a very quick stream, I guess. Very quick stream. Very early and very quick stream. Oh my god. All right, man, whatever, man. All right, so I'm trying to get back into streaming, because I've been away for like more than 5 days or something, I don't know. All right, because of the festival preparation and shit. All right, so yeah, we still have a lot of stuff to do, like the Naruto animation and all that kind of like stuff. All right, I'm trying to kind of like do that Naruto kind of like animation stuff, but also trying to do some engaging kind of like stuff, videos and stuff. All right, and also I'm planning to release one video or maybe two videos, maybe three videos per month, and at least one or two shorts per week or something. I don't know, we will see. I'm trying to I'm like planning to do that now. All right, so yeah. All right, that's about it. So yeah, thank you for joining in, thank you for hanging out. Yep, and I will see you tomorrow. Tomorrow. Oh yeah, and I forgot. Oh my god, I forgot. I'm also planning to do some gaming kind of like videos. So and I will be kind of like streaming that only on Twitch, because my gaming channel does not have the live stream stuff unlocked yet. So I will only be streaming on Twitch, so be sure to follow me on Twitch as well for that. So and I will be kind of like doing the gaming streams in the morning, like at 12 p.m. IC or something. All right, whenever I do them, and then I will edit it and then upload it like in the evening or something, or the next day. Okay, on my gaming channel, not on this channel. All right, so yeah, so be sure to kind of like subscribe on my Twitch for my gaming stuff. We are gonna do a lot of gaming stuff, but art comes first, and after that gaming. All right, so yeah, that's about it. All right, that's about it, man. Thank you thank you for joining in, and thank you for, I don't know, supporting me. All right, see you tomorrow. I will go and do either some drawing, or I don't know, watch some movie or anime or some shit. We will see. All right, goodbye.